want to share with you. Don't go anywhere. In 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. All right, guys. guys, just having a little fun. Welcome to Aging in Fashion. Yes, for those of you who know me, my name is Elle. Right, guys, we've been on the topic of weight loss and better health using the power of subtraction for the last couple of weeks or so, and I hope you guys have really actually been listening. Tonight's message is, guys, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So, guys, this week, I went hard. I went hard for my cause, right? I can't be telling you to do these things. We were all the way down to eating nuts and berries and fruits and veggies, but I'm determined, right? I got a goal that I want to meet. And guys, I mean, you may think whatever you think, you know, as far as my weight is concerned, you may think like I am the master of it all, but right, I've been kind of messing up and I got a little weight that I want to lose, right? So these are the kinds of things that I bought. If you'll look right here, there's a nice watermelon. There is 2 sweet potatoes and 2 nice red apples, right? That is part of it. Yeah, let me show you what my groceries look like. So I bought like natural corn on the cob, although minus the cart, I'm gonna have to strangle them because I don't know what I'm gonna do with this tiny little piece of corn, but you know, I was moving in the right direction. And I guess she said, hey, this lady's on a weight loss thing, so let's just lower her proportions, right? I don't know, maybe that's all they had in the store. Anyway, blueberries, guys, blueberries, right? And then those are strawberries, as you can see. You know, I've been eating them. And what else do I have here from my grocery? Some nice mushrooms. I grabbed this. Well, actually, she grabbed, this is the biggest onion in the world. Hopefully I'll be able to use all of it, but I love onion for spicing things up. And again, like last week, I got on this kick with the jalapeno peppers. Where's the jalapeno pepper? Yeah, so I got I bought 1 last time I grocery shopped for food, but this time I bought 3 actually, and I've used 1. I had nice green salad, yeah, just some other things, right? But yes, I am really serious about this healthy eating. It is a thing that I really actually want to do. And as far as like subtracting, I even today did some air popped popcorn, which is, I subtracted the oil. Yeah, so I subtracted the oil and I just popped the popcorn. I first tried it in the microwave and yeah, I don't know, it was going kind of slow. So I switched over and I did it in the pot because I buy the natural organic popcorn kernels in the bag. Let me show you. I did popcorn. I tried it in the microwave. This is the natural organic popcorn. Wait, which way? Okay, yeah, either way, yeah. Either way, it's organic, yeah, popcorn kernels, right? And you put it in the pot. And as you can see, no oil in the pot. And there goes my popcorn, right? There goes my popcorn. So, guys, again, I'm trying to make the changes, guys, because, again, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Doing the same thing and expecting a different result is definitely the definition of insanity, but the other way of putting that is if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you don't make some changes, if you don't decide to give up something, and I'm not saying I used the no oil, no butter. I did add some salt to my popcorn, but I used the no oil, no butter because I'm adding fat. Every time oil is, you know, it's a source of fat. We have to realize what our food groups are and what is in those foods. We have to realize what chain of food our food comes from, like nuts. I have a tendency to eat a lot of nuts, and I was always of the mindset that that nuts were high in protein, which they are, but they come from the fat chain of food, and so do oil and butter. Oil and butter are a part of the fat chain. So depending on how much fat I've already consumed in a day is whether or not I choose to add butter or oil to my popcorn or whatever else it is that I'm cooking. And that is the advantage. We talked about eating in restaurants and buying foods, processed food, because if I buy the popcorn that's in the bag, not only does it have the chemicals that my body won't recognize, but it also has the butter, the oil, the salt content that comes in the bag. I don't get the choice to add the amount that I want. So with the organic popcorn kernels, I do get the chance, right, to change, you know, switch up and subtract something if I so choose to. So yeah, so guys, yeah, that is what I wanted to talk about today. making the changes, making the commitment. Yeah, one of the things I used the example last week about how Carrie's neighbor in Sex and the City made the statement, I don't eat sugar. I would love to be able to say, I don't eat. Just some of these things that I'm subtracting, like I don't eat processed food. So, guys, on my grocery list, when I shopped this week, I was conscious or cognizant to buy foods that were filled with nutrition and subtract the chemicals that your body does not recognize when you buy processed and packaged foods. With these apples, they may not necessarily be, what they call organic. I don't know if they're organic or not. They're apples, right? Apples typically don't come with extra added ingredients. Sweet potatoes, right? Watermelon, of course, again, there will be herbicides and pesticides and whatnot. We do have to make sure we try to rinse our food, but we do the best that we can do. We do the best that we can do. You can soak them. They're fruit cleanses. I'm not really sure about the fruit cleanses. My thought was kind of, and I'm going to do a little research on it, but my thought was that, here's another chemical, right? So I don't know what's in that chemical, but a lot of people do use, what is it, apple cider or white vinegar, right, to soak their foods in. Yeah, so yeah, you should try that. But yeah, that was a goal, and I think I did pretty good, guys. I am committed. I am committed to being the best version of myself and practicing what I preach. Oh, but guys, hey, guess what? No Ritz crackers. No Ritz crackers on the grocery list this week. So yeah, so I'm making progress, and I hope there's somebody out there that's willing to kind of take this challenge, or this commitment with me to make the change. Make the change. If nothing changes, nothing changes, right? If you are not willing, it may sound crazy, but if you're not willing to really make a commitment, it's like bringing, what we typically do is we bring what they, that saying. Yeah, guys, let me just say it. If you're not willing to fully make the commitment, it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. So, guys, if you're not willing to make the commitment and stick to it, nothing's going to change, because that's what we've done. We have been struggling with, I know I have. Let me just put myself in the equation. I've been struggling with a few pounds. And I feel like that the fewer pounds that we have to lose, the harder it is sometimes, because, like if it's a big thing, then we feel like we need to make a major change. But when it's, like 5 pounds, we'll play around with 5 pounds, the difference. We'll play around with 5 pounds for 5 years, right? The same 5 pounds, or probably longer than 5 years. I've probably always or almost always been on the verge of, I could just stand to lose these 5 pounds. 5 pounds would probably make me feel like I'm perfect, or, I've gotten that close. Let me say, right now, I'm somewhere about 20 pounds, 20 to 25 pounds more than what I really actually would like to weigh. The thing for me is, I hate getting on the scale. So I'm going to tell you that I have seen some changes in the way I feel. That is one of the things, guys, because I don't know if any of you who are listening right now, listened to videos earlier where I was complaining about the situation I was having with my neck. And with physical therapy and eating the way that I've been eating, I am feeling some healing coming on here, guys. I'm not all the way there, but I am so far. I was listening to Oprah Winfrey the other day, and she made a statement. You should never look at how far you got to go, but look at how far you've come from where you started. And so, yeah, based on where I started, I have come like a really long way, and I feel really good about the change. I feel good about the commitment because I've been able to maintain it. I am a person, when I get serious about something, I get serious, right? Yeah, so yeah, especially when it comes down to weight loss, because I used to model, and I used to really want to be like very thin, and a couple of times in my life, yeah, I reached a goal and kind of went over it. And I wanted to see what it looked like to be like a size 5, but I didn't like that. I looked very malnourished. I just like to maintain a look, right? It kind of doesn't really matter what the scales say, but because I've been going to the doctor, they've been putting me on the scales, and the numbers really scare me, right? And we all know that most doctors would always recommend that you lose some weight. Everything seems to center around, you need to lose a few pounds, you could lose some weight. If you say, if you're diagnosed with most conditions, they are going to point to your diet. They're going to say as the cause, right? The diet, the way we eat, is always the culprit. So, guys, if you haven't been eating the things that will get you the results that you desire, and again, it's not my choice, it's not my call. I think everybody's beautiful, but I feel like everybody should be able to look the way they want to look. I know that's the goal for me. So, if you haven't, if you haven't maintained a diet, or if you're not feeling as healthy as you would like to, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Change the diet. Give it a try. Try my method of using the power of subtraction and see where it takes you. I challenge you to get on this challenge with me. Let's do it together. It would be fun, right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Peace out, my lovelies. So, guys, I just want to also add that part of the reason I'm so passionate about the power of subtraction and this method of eating is that I lost my sister a couple of years ago. My son was just diagnosed with congestive heart failure. My mother died of heart problems. My mother suffered with hypertension and diabetes prior to her death. And heart conditions run in my family. So that is one of the major reasons that I am actually committed to this cause. Aside from the fact that I want to look good in my clothes, and I want you to as well.